Welcome students. We were discussing the methods for the preparation of alkyl halides. Up till now we have seen the methods for the preparation from alkanes, that is by halogenation of alkanes, then alkenes, that is addition of hydrogen halide to alkenes, and then from alcohols we have seen when alcohols react with hydrogen halide, that is pure and dry hydrogen halide, you get alkyl halides as the product. While studying this particular reaction, we have seen that when primary alcohols are taken and when its halogenation is carried out, we require pure and dry hydrogen chloride gas. Okay. For secondary alcohol also we require pure and dry hydrogen chloride gas. But for tertiary alcohols, you can take aqueous solution of hydrogen chloride, which is also called as hydrochloric acid. Okay. And now today we are going to see the preparation of alkyl halides, again starting from alcohols. Okay. But then we are going to take the phosphorus halides and thionyl chloride, and these phosphorus halides and thionyl chlorides are treated with alcohols so that these alcohols will be converted into alkyl halide. Now when I say phosphorus halide, the compounds containing phosphorus and halogen. So if halogen is considered as X, then phosphorus halides will be of two types, because phosphorus it has two valencies, one is +3 and the second one is +5. Okay, so when phosphorus exists in +3 valency, it will be Px3, so it will be either PCl3 phosphorus trichloride or PBr3 phosphorus tribromide or Pi3 phosphorus triiodide. So if the phosphorus is trivalent, you will have the three halides like PCl3, PBr3 and Pi3. And if phosphorus is pentavalent, then it will have the compound like this, PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride. I have taken only one PCl5. If I take PBr5, phosphorus pentabromide, PBr5, phosphorus pentabromide, and Pi5, phosphorus pentaiodide. Now this phosphorus pentabromide is highly unstable. Okay, so it does not exist. If at all phosphorus pentabromide is taken, it will be converted into PBr3 and bromine will be released. Similarly, Pi5 is also highly unstable. So you cannot take these two, phosphorus pentabromide and phosphorus pentaiodide. Now the remaining are PCl3 phosphorus trichloride, PBr3, Pi3 and PCl5. PCl3 is stable one, so you can directly take it for the reaction. Okay. PCl5 is also stable, you can take it directly for the reaction. So you can take PCl3 for the reaction, PCl5 for the reaction. But PBr3 phosphorus tribromide is unstable, so you have to prepare it at the reaction site, that is in situ. PBr3 is prepared in situ, that means at the reaction site. Similarly, Pi3 also is prepared in situ, that at the reaction site. We'll see how this PBr3 and Pi3 is prepared. But PCl3 and PCl5 are stable, so you can directly take them. Okay, so we'll take some alcohols and we'll see how the reaction take place. For example, suppose if I take a general alcohol, that is ROH. If I take general alcohol, that is ROH, and this alcohol is treated with PCl3 phosphorus trichloride. Okay, this is warm or this is heated. When alcohol is heated with phosphorus trichloride, what will happen, we'll see. The OH group will be replaced by Cl. Okay, now we know there are 3 chlorine atoms. So if I take 3 times alcohol, so these 3 OH groups will be replaced by 3 Cl, and these OH groups will go to this phosphorus. So you will get 3 times RCl plus POH thrice. And this POH thrice can be written like this: H3PO3, that is phosphorus acid. Okay, so phosphorus acid is the byproduct and you get alkyl chloride as the product. Alkyl chloride. So this is a very simple reaction. When this ethanol or alcohol is taken and this alcohol is treated with PCl3, you get alkyl chloride where OH group is replaced by Cl. Okay, so this is a very simple reaction and you get the product. Now suppose if I take phosphorus pentachloride, that is PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, then how the reaction will take place? Phosphorus pentachloride is taken, again we'll take alcohol, and this alcohol is treated with PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride. We'll see what happens. Again, this is warmed or this is heated. Okay, what will happen? You know, this OH group will be replaced by Cl. Okay, I will take one alcohol and I will take one molecule of PCl5, one molecule of alcohol plus one molecule of PCl5. What will happen? The OH group will be replaced by Cl. So I will get RCl. Okay, RCl. Now I have used 1 Cl, 5 Cl are remaining. Okay, sorry, 4 Cl are remaining. 1 Cl I have used it to convert alcohol into alkyl chloride. Okay, so 4 Cl are remaining. Take this hydrogen and take 1 Cl from here. So it will become HCl. Okay. Now I have got 3 more Cls over here. Okay. I have got this P and I have got this O. So this P, then this O and this Cl. 3 times Cl, POCl3. Okay. Phosphoryl chloride will be the byproduct. And you will get again alkyl chloride as the product. Okay. So when this alkyl chloride, this alkyl alcohol is treated with PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, you get alkyl chloride and the byproduct are HCl and POCl3. Okay. When PCl3 is taken, the byproduct is H3PO3, and when PCl5 is taken, the byproducts are HCl and POCl3. Okay. This way the reaction takes place where the OH group is replaced by Cl. Okay. PCl3 and PCl5 are used to convert these alcohols into alkyl chlorides. Okay. Now what we'll do, I will take SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, and we will treat it with this alcohol. Again I will take alcohol, that is general ROH. Alcohol is taken and this is treated with SOCl2, thionyl chloride. Okay. Thio means sulfur. Okay. Sulfur is there. Thionyl means SO group and to which chlorine is attached. So it is called as thionyl chloride. Okay. So when alcohol is taken and this is treated with thionyl chloride, what will happen? This H and 1 Cl from this. Okay. HCl will be removed. Then this S, this O and this oxygen is removed in the form of SO2. So this R will be attached to 1 chlorine which is remaining. So you will get RCl plus SO2 plus HCl. Now if you look at all these 3 reactions where we have converted alcohol into alkyl chloride, you will find when PCl3 is taken, the byproduct is H3PO3. When PCl5 is taken, the byproducts are HCl and POCl3. And when SOCl2, thionyl chloride is taken, the byproduct is SO2 and HCl. Again, here a little amount of warming will be required. Okay. Now, look at all these 3 reactions. In first reaction, the byproduct H3PO3 is there. So you will have to remove it from the reaction mixture. That means separation is required. Okay. Similarly, when alcohol is treated with PCl5, the byproducts are HCl and POCl3. Again, we need to separate them or the purification will be required. But when I take alcohol and if I treat it with SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, what happens? You get alkyl chloride along with the byproducts as SO2, sulfur dioxide. As you all know, sulfur dioxide is a gas. So it will go off from the reaction mixture. Since it is a gas, it will go off. Okay. HCl, again we know it is a gas. So HCl will also go off. So there is no need for the separation or purification. You get pure alkyl chloride as the product. So the most convenient method for the preparation of alkyl chloride will be taking SOCl2 and treating it with alcohol. So SOCl2 method, PCl3, PCl5 and SOCl2. Out of these three, SOCl2 is most convenient method for the preparation of alkyl chloride. Okay. So we have seen how OH group is replaced by chlorine by using PCl3, PCl5 and SOCl2. Okay. Now what we are going to take? We are going to use PBr3, phosphorus tribromide, and we are going to write the reaction. Okay. This phosphorus tribromide is unstable. Phosphorus tribromide is unstable. So we have to prepare it at the reaction site, that is in situ. And how this phosphorus tribromide is prepared? Red phosphorus is taken and this red phosphorus is treated with bromine. Okay, so red phosphorus is taken and this is treated with bromine, P plus Br2. You get PBr3. And if you balance the reaction, twice P plus thrice Br2, you get twice PBr3. Okay, so when you take red phosphorus and bromine, you get PBr3, phosphorus tribromide, and when you use alcohol and treat with PBr3, on the arrow I will write red phosphorus plus bromine. Okay, so when red phosphorus reacts with bromine, it will give PBr3, and instead of alkyl chloride, you will get alkyl bromide. Okay, alkyl bromide will be the product. So for bromination we have to use PBr3, that is phosphorus tribromide, which is prepared in situ, that means at the reaction site, and when alcohol reacts with PBr3 or red phosphorus and bromine, you get the product alkyl bromide. Okay. Now while asking the question, they will not ask what is the action of PBr3 on alcohol. They will ask what is the action of red phosphorus and bromine on alcohol. Okay, so we should know the red phosphorus and bromine is nothing but PBr3, that is phosphorus tribromide. Okay. Similarly, phosphorus triiodide, that is PI3. So what is PI3? Phosphorus triiodide. Phosphorus triiodide is also unstable, so you have to prepare it at the reaction site. We have seen how phosphorus tribromide is prepared. The similar method is used for the preparation of phosphorus triiodide. What we had done, we have taken red phosphorus and we had treated with Br2. Okay, you get PBr3. For phosphorus triiodide, what should be taken? Instead of bromine, you should take iodine. Okay, so when red phosphorus is treated with iodine, that is twice P plus thrice I2, you get twice PI3, that is phosphorus triiodide. And when this phosphorus triiodide reacts with alcohol, here on the arrow we should write red phosphorus and iodine, and instead of alkyl bromide you will get alkyl iodide. Okay, this way the reaction will take place. You will carry out the iodination, bromination as well as chlorination. But in these particular methods, these methods are not that good, okay, because in this particular method you have to carry out the separation, okay, and when you carry out the separation it becomes a little difficult, so that this method is not a convenient method for the preparation of alkyl halides. Only the convenient method is by using SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, okay, because the byproducts which are obtained in the thionyl chloride reaction are SO2, sulfur dioxide, and HCl, and both are gases. Therefore this is a convenient method. Remaining PCl3, PCl5 and SOCl2, they are not convenient, okay. Now what I am going to take, I am going to take one example or one specific example and we are going to see what happens when the phosphorus halides and thionyl chloride are reacted with that particular compound. I will take the example of ethanol, CH3 CH2OH, ethanol. Ethanol is taken and this is treated with PCl3, phosphorus trichloride, okay. As you know, you have to remove OH and replace it by chlorine, okay. So what I will get, ethanol is taken. We have to take 3 times ethanol, so that I will get 3 times CH3 CH2Cl plus the byproduct is H3PO3. Okay, the byproduct is H3PO3. So ethanol gives chloroethane or ethyl chloride. Okay, the byproduct is chloroethane. Now you just remember that when you write the reaction and when you write the names of the compounds, if you are using the IUPAC system, use it everywhere. Okay, here ethanol I have written, which is IUPAC name for ethyl alcohol. So I have written chloroethane, which is IUPAC name for ethyl chloride. Okay, so here I have written UPAC name. Here also I am going to write the UPAC name. Okay. If I take ethanol in and if I treat it with PCl5, okay. Now I will change over here only PCl5. We require only 1 mole of this ethanol. So I get chloroethane plus the byproduct will change. The byproduct will be HCl and POCl3. Okay, this way the reaction will take place. If I take SOCl2, again I will make the change over here only. SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride. The byproduct will change only. So you will get HCl and SOCl2 as SO2. Don't forget to show the upward arrow, which means the byproducts are gases. Okay. If I take red phosphorus and bromine, that is PBr3, red phosphorus and bromine, I will get bromoethane and the byproducts will be H3PO3. And similarly, if I take Pi3, that is phosphorus triiodide, that means red phosphorus and iodine, Pi3, then I will get iodoethane. Okay, red phosphorus and iodine. I will get iodoethane. So this is the method for the preparation of alkyl halides, where we have removed the OH group from alcohol, and we have replaced it by the specific halogen, maybe chlorine, maybe bromine, or maybe iodine. Now, the methods which we have seen where alcohol is converted into alkyl halide is not a proper method. Only chlorination is okay, bromination is also slightly okay, but for iodination, with great difficulty, the iodine is added into alcohol so that iodoalkanes are obtained. So we are going to see in the next lecture, we are going to see how iodination is carried out. That means when these chloroalkanes or bromoalkanes are converted into iodoalkanes, how that particular reaction take place. Okay. Similarly, in the first lecture, I have told you that fluoro compounds of alkanes we are not going to take because fluoro compounds are highly reactive. Okay. But then we are going to see one method by which you can convert these alkyl halides into fluoroalkanes. That means the halogen exchange reactions. Okay, so the next method will be the halogen exchange reactions that we will see in the next video. Okay, students, if you like my lecture, you can subscribe to my channel. Okay, so that many students will get the benefit of this particular lecture series. Thank you very much.